What's good, y'all? I'm hoping I have enough time to read my 911 episode. I swear I have a book here. So this episode was called Fight or Flight, Season 2, Episode 13. I swear I've seen they on Season 5 by now. Okay, y'all. So Buck shows up and finds Chimney bleeding from the chest. He calls 911, and since everyone at dispatch knows him, they're like, Buck, what's going on? Hold on, y'all. This girl is eating fried chicken on here. It's ASMR stuff. I was like, what is that noise? Okay, so yeah, they're like, Buck, what's going on? So the paramedics come and Buck runs frantically to find Maddie, which is his sister, by the way. And he finds out her stuff is still there, like her cell phone. He tells her she's missing. He tells them she's missing. Then it flashes back to the past where they seem to be happy, a happy, beautiful couple. She accidentally drops a glass. I believe he said that was his mom's glass. So, and that's when he hits her. She wakes up to the present and he's driving Maddie somewhere. He told her he's been watching her. Buck runs to the hospital. Hen tells him that Chimney has a punctured lung and lacerated stomach and he needs surgery. So Doug Kendall is the husband's name, but he told Chimney his name was Jason. They cannot unlock Chimney's cell phone without his permission. Bobby and Athena were trying to calm Buck down. Buck has to, he said, I have to go change my shirt because he had blood all over it. And so the chief was saying there were no witnesses, but there was a camera across the street and it caught a man forcing Maddie into her car. Buck goes to the hospital to see Chimney hooked up to all the equipment. Buck pretends to be hugging him in order to get his cell phone and print to open it. Athena and two other officers walk in on him saying, I told the chief you wouldn't be this stupid. Buck thinks Athena is going to arrest him, but she's going to help find her. Doug's trying to find someplace. She tells him, why don't you just kill me already? He looks shocked and says, why would I do that? I love you. Doug gets out the car and his phone pings and says it's an abduction alert. And then Maddie's trying to get out the car. She is zip tied. And she gets out and he asks her, where are you going? She says she has to pee. The gas station attendant looks puzzled. But the gas station guy was asking stuff like you guys are on a trip and all that. So apparently she was in the bathroom too long and he's like banging on the door and stuff. And she's trying to open the window up. And so she gets out the gas station bathroom window. And she tries to get away. She screams and he catches her. And the gas station attendant had a gun pointed at him and tries to threaten him to get away from her. So they tussle with the gun and then Doug shoots him. Maddie is shaking. She has blood all over her. The crew is sitting around in the waiting room at the hospital. Michael, which is I keep going to call her Angela. That's Angela Bassett's character, Athena, ex-husband. Well, he comes to the hospital with their son with bakery goods for the crew. And Chimney is in surgery. And then Bobby, which is Athena's current fiance, he told Michael, he said, you guys didn't have to do that. Chimney, wouldn't want you to be up here or something like that. And then Michael was like, no, my son wanted to do it for you. He was worried about you. I thought that was so sweet. So Maddie and Doug are on the run. Police was behind them with their sirens, and Maddie thinks they're going to pull them over, but they passed them. Maddie is convincing him to go to like some vacation spot. She said she saw a sign like a ways back about this vacation area, and he was like, kind of like the Poconos, and she was like, yeah. So Chimney wakes up and sees Edmundo. See, I did not know his name, Edmundo. They must call him something. Which is the guy that played the obsessed boyfriend. And what was that? The boy next door? So Chimney wakes up and sees his son at his bedside. And I think his son has cerebral palsy, or I'm not sure. He's so cute. And so Edmundo, he runs in the room. Well, Bobby came in there first and was like, do your dad know you're here? And so then Edmundo runs in behind him and says, oh, I guess he didn't. So that was cute. And Chimney asks, where's Maddie? And then everybody's like looking like, we got to tell again that, he wakes up that his another girlfriend's gone, or that's terrible. So the police, they stop a trucker who was at the gas station. Turns out that Doug tossed the phone into, I guess, the back, like the truck bed or whatever, to throw police off the trail because he knew they would use phone to track him. Buck says that means that we lost him, and Athena says, yeah, and he's way ahead now. So the police were at the gas station, and one of them found a rental car agreement. Maddie was trying to rate help. And so they're going to use that to track them that way. So at the cabin, the vacation spot, Duck busts into this cabin and says he's going to start a fire and she wants to make food. But he told her, he's like, the room where the kitchen knives live? No. So then they flash back to the time where police were called, and that police officer was so fine. The police were called to the house, and the officer was trying to convince her to tell him that she needs help. And he was saying to her stuff like, it's a warm night for a sweater and things like that. And so then they go back to the present time. She busts him in the head with a fire poker. Then she takes off running into the snowy wilderness. It was so beautiful. I mean, if all that craziness wouldn't happen, it was so beautiful. Yeah. So then Chimney was talking to Hen, and he feels guilty about unknowingly luring Doug to her. So Doug's out there yelling, chasing her, telling about, you can't run forever. She sees her footprints in the snow, which that kind of remind me of the movie. If you guys seen the movie The Shining, where the little boy, he was so smart. Like his dad went crazy. Jack Nicholson, he plays that crazy role. So wonderful. So he was chasing his son, and his son saw that he had his footprints and his dad was going to find him that way. So he went backwards and just erased his footprints. That movie was something else. So I guess she tried to fake him out that way. So the police are at the cabin I guess the main cabin where you check in. And so the lady told them there's over 300 cabins there and nobody checked in. So Maddie, she's fighting him. He slices her leg because he was shooting her at first and then the gun ran out of bullets. So now he has a knife. And then he punches her. She hits him with a huge stick. It looked kind of more like a log, like a fire log. She stabs him over and over and over, and she kills him. Then it flashes back to the time the police were called, and he says they're meant to be together. They're going to die together. And it flashes back to the present. She was like, no. Because they were laying side by side, looked like they were making snow angels. Sad. I mean, that's the way they looked. Of course, they weren't doing that. But so she gets up and limps away. So Athena, they were back there sending search and rescue because the property is so huge. Because Buck was like, she's out here. What if she's out here hurt? That type of thing. So the officer said they found blood. Buck takes off. They run into each other. That was so touching.
Right.
Ta-ta, Biggie. And she's covered in blood. She tells him, I didn't give up. And the chief says, I've never seen red snow. It's a miracle she's alive. And Athena says, no miracle. She fought like hell.
Yeah.
So Buck and Maddie, they're in the ambulance. He tells her, he's like, don't go to sleep. And then he was like, man, Athena been all around here trying to find you. He's trying to make a joke and stuff like that. And I don't know if, I think Buck was saying something like, Chimney, he'll be waiting for you at the hospital. And she looked like, she was all teary-eyed. She says, he's like, yes, he's alive. So she was happy about that. So Buck was telling, I'm gonna tell mommy and all that. I thought that was so cute. So then, and kind of the last scenes, Chimney, he's like, he wants to leave the hospital. The nurse says, after you had abdominal surgery, no. After 3 days, you only been here 3 days, basically. Then the nurse says, your friend can distract you. And it's Maddie. That was so cute. They wheeled her in there. He's like, I'm starting to hate hospitals. And then they both looked at each other and they were like, I thought. And then he's like, I thought. And they thought each other had died. It was so sad and touching, but sad. Sad, sad, sad. I'm glad she didn't die though.
Right.
And wow. That was very powerful episode. And the bad part, they were such a beautiful looking couple. And he was a surgeon. And it was just so sad. It's like, what goes on in the minds of people? And, he was always jealous of her being around firefighters. I'm like, he was like, he had told her at one point, he was like, yeah, I don't know what makes women so attracted to men in uniform. And she's like, I don't know, where I married a man with scrubs. And he said, oh, I wear a uniform too. Just mentally gone, y'all. So I tried to rush. I didn't want to rush through this because I didn't know how much time I had, but I did have plenty of time. And it was 7 pages of this. And it's kind of hard to write the notes. You're trying to watch it and write the notes at the same time, and because it was a lot going on in this episode. And so they put up a number at the end, about if you need help, 1-800 799 safe. Right? All right, y'all. So let me know what y'all thought about this episode if you saw it. And 911 doesn't come on again until another 2 weeks. So we have a break in there. All right, y'all. So hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one.